Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be admittedly ad hoc. I wanted to make it a bit more formal where I'd sit down and have a whole script, but this advancement has been happening a bit too fast and there's also other things on my mind and other things that I'm working on at the moment. But I thought I'd just come in and just talk about this. So KX-826 Pyrilutamide, as many of you know from my previous videos and the previous reports that Kintor has been putting out on their pharmaceutical website, it's come to the market. It's finally been released globally after it's been recognized as being safe cosmetically, right? So now it's a cosmeceutical. And like I said in a previous video, it's most likely going to be on Amazon or some sort of online depot. But it looks like Kintor has chosen Amazon, right? Now, there have been people on my Discord server and, all over Reddit as well that have pointed out that Kintor Pharmaceuticals, particularly their trademark company, Coshine Biomedica, I think that's owned by Kintor, or at least some sort of derivative of Kintor. But it looks like they went ahead and did some deceptive marketing practices that kind of reminds me of CosmeRNA, right? For those of you who don't remember, Bioneer is the Korean pharmaceutical company that was working on CosmeRNA or CosmeRNA, and they were using some pretty deceptive practices where they were taking photos in different angles. They were using Photoshop to show their before and after to try to make it look as if their product is more effective than it actually is, when in reality it didn't seem to be effective at all.
Oh man, I sure hope this works. I spent 300 euros on this. Well, hopefully it works. Finasteride doesn't work for me. Dutasteride doesn't work for me. I keep freaking myself out into having a nocebo effect, and now I'm buying a shitty product from South Korea that can't even sell in its own country.
I did this whole, breakdown about a year and a half ago. Wow, it's been a year and a half already. But I did this maybe a year and a half ago, and I got some help from one of my subscribers and now friends, and yeah, it was horrible because it just went to show how far some of these companies would go to manipulate their data and to try to be deceptive, right? To an extent, there's always going to be some sort of deception in marketing. But when they went this far as to Photoshop before and afters, where they showed the improvement of the Norwood scale, where one of the subjects went from, like, I guess a Norwood 2 to pretty much back to normal, right? Where there were areas on the scalp or in the temporal region rather, where there was just no hair whatsoever, and somehow it just grew new hair, which is very, very hard, even when people go through extreme measures, men trying to transition to women, doing something like hormone replacement therapy. So it's extremely hard to get that in that context. So to try to make it look as if CosmeRNA could do that is ridiculous. But anyway, going back to Kintor Pharmaceuticals, or their company, Coshine, their derivative company, Coshine Biomedica, they recently released KX-826 to the market on Amazon. Anyway, as you can see from this Reddit post, it looks as if they took a picture from the hair restoration forums where it's showing, I'm assuming, a hair transplant and someone's before and after. But the crazy part here is that this hair transplant has nothing to do at all with what Coshine, aka Kintor Pharmaceutical, is trying to claim their Pyrilutamide KX-826 compound can actually do for someone's hair loss, right? In other words, this picture is unrelated to the works of Pyrilutamide. It was completely stolen from another website, right? So you have these posts on Reddit on the Trestless forums that are talking about this, right? Kintor 100% needs to address the Amazon scandal. This is a big fucking deal. Excuse my language. I'm just reading the title. So this is pretty worrying because, well, it's worrying because if a company goes this far to sort of manipulate you in their marketing, right? Again, marketing will always have a degree of manipulation. Merck kind of did that. They never went through the full means of explaining that it would take, maybe 5 years, 2 to 5 years to see the real benefits of finasteride. It was just shown as, okay, a 6-month, 1-year thing. Yeah, you could see improvement, but they never really fully expanded on what it actually does, right? And that kind of made people's expectations higher than it should be. But when it, bringing it back to Kintor, Kintor completely blew it out of the water with this one in terms of lying, right? Whenever you take media and you alter it in such a way that it doesn't even match the clinical trial results of what you had, that's a lie, right? That's deceptive, inherently deceptive. And it's much more egregious when you're going on the internet and stealing other people's photos to present it as if that is the byproduct of using your product. So people called them out, rightfully so, and it seems as if that Kintor went ahead and changed the photos. Now, I don't know where these two pictures come from. This could be from Kintor. Maybe they have it in the, one of their hard drives or whatever. But in all honesty, this doesn't even look that impressive to me. It just looks like a stylistic combing. But in any case, Kintor replaced that photo, right? They replaced the photo that they stole from another website with something that looks like it's a bit more in-house, something that they took themselves, that they monitored in one of their subjects. Ostensibly. But I can understand the doubt if nobody wants to believe them. Now, moving back to the Amazon, I guess, posting of CosmeRNA, aka Kintor's Pyrilutamide cosmeceutical, let's see what it shows, right? We're going to go through the pictures. All right, we're going to go through the pictures one by one. So this is the product right here, obviously. I have to say, I really like the product design. I like how it looks like. Very simple, like the font, the color scheme. It's nice. Going to the second photo, and this is the photo that was supposedly replaced, right? They replaced it to this photo. It says real life examples before and after. So they're showing examples of what KX-826 pyrilutamide may do for you, supposedly. Then you have the other promotional material. Effective treatment for androgenetic alopecia, reduces hair grease. Okay. Okay, then we have all the other like promotional material and hype of the topical anti-androgen, right? I like this little graphic animation here, or whatever this is. It's pretty cool. But in any case, it gives you a step-by-step guide on how to actually put it on your scalp, but we don't care about that, right? I took these screenshots a couple of days ago when one of my subscribers in my Discord server notified me of this because I wanted to make a video on it in a bit more of a non-ad hoc kind of way. And again, this is a screenshot that I took. As you can see, it's like, okay, you have the product over here, right? Whatever, we have the product, right? And then you come here. This is what was supposedly stolen, right? This used to be on. I can confirm this myself. Other people will confirm this too, because I took the screenshot here. This is the picture they supposedly stole from that other website, the hair restoration website. This is not a product of using KX-826. This is not going to give you those results because this specific photo was from another website, right? And I think it has to do with a hair transplant doctor's results, right? So it's just deceptive. Unfortunately, whenever a company does this, like I said earlier, it doesn't give confidence in whatever they may be doing in the future, right? It's very doubtful. And we can see that being the case with CosmeRNA, not to sound like a broken record once more, but it happened there, right? CosmeRNA, they lied. A lot of people bought the product. They had tons of deceptive marketing, and it didn't seem to really do anything. In fact, the studies themselves that they keep pointing to, it doesn't necessarily acknowledge if CosmeRNA actually reached the dermal papilla. There were no sort of biopsies that indicated that being the case. It just said, okay, look, right? This is our results. And even so, the results from CosmeRNA were very, very lackluster, if I have to be honest with you. Some of the pictures, the so-called before and afters of the subjects, there didn't seem to be any sort of improvement in a visual sense, right? If I am to open this picture up right now on the screen, like, look at this. What was the improvement from baseline up to, I would say, 24 weeks? There doesn't seem to be much improvement. Am I supposed to be looking at the hairline or what? I don't see any visual improvement here. Likewise, when you look at the photo trichogram over here, Barely any improvement. It's just the hair growing, right? So I would say they kind of snitched on themselves earlier before people actually, put it to stamp and realize that, okay, this is deceptive marketing. And they also had their own Photoshop scandal. I'll be putting that, intermittently on the screen somewhere, where Pioneer CosmeRNA, their product and derivative company, lied as well. They all lied. They seem to have lied. So now people are concerned if Kintor Pharmaceuticals is to lie or have a derivative of their company that is to lie about their product, does that mean GT229 is not trustworthy? Does that mean we're going to be seeing some deceptive practices there? Does that mean, it's not going to work well, right? We don't know yet. And I want to also give a point of caution, right? As you can see here in the comments, people have already notified and done the research that this company, Coshine Pharmaceutical, is owned by Kintor. So Kintor has a 100% holding in Coshine, right? It even has its initial naming convention. I think this is Suzhou. Suzhou. Maybe someone can correct me on my pronunciation there, but this is something that's owned by Kintor. But I want to say that we have to temper our accusations here. Believe me, I'm always quick to bust people and companies when they give bullshit. But realistically, it could have just been a runaway part of their marketing agency that kind of got too ambitious, right? But that being said, be cautious, of course. I wouldn't use KX-826 Pyrilutamide after this unless their 1% concentration or maybe any additional concentrations that they may test proves to be efficacious and it is green lighted by the FDA, then by all means, I will use it. Perhaps it could be the case that this particular product right over here on Amazon, this product is supposed to be a lower concentration, right? So like we have right now 1% ketoconazole, for example. 1% ketoconazole is over the counter. It may be less effective than the medical 2% and 5% variations, where you have to get a prescription and get it over the counter. Not over the counter, but you have to get a prescription in order to get it from a pharmacy. So I'm rambling right now, but let's kind of wait. This is disappointing, though. Definitely a demerit for Kintor. And yeah, if you guys have any opinions on the matter, leave it in the comment section below. Sorry for the ad hoc nature of the video. I just wanted to get it out of the way. But I'm very, very kind of disappointed in Kintor with this one, right? They need to be careful with their marketing, but it just seems like, it's fucked. Hopefully GT229, the Protac that's supposed to destroy the androgen receptor, hopefully this one doesn't suffer from any of the drawbacks when it goes to phase 3. Hopefully there's anything weird going on there. Hopefully it actually is efficacious and it's approved by, the FDA here in the United States and other parts of the world. So we can actually get this real product that can help our hair follicles grow back without being inhibited by DHT. Anyway, peace out guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.